Hello, everyone. Shweta ma'am, can you hear me?
Hello, hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all.
Yeah, greeting, ma'am, greeting. Okay, everyone hasn't come yet, I think.
Yeah,
So, how are you all? Are we streaming live on Facebook right now?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay, it's early, I think 10 minutes.
yeah, it's early actually.
Okay. Shali ma'am has joined yet?
I think Shali ma'am has not joined yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think so, and slowly, everyone is just getting in.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah. Shweta ma'am, kindly go a bit far. Can you show me a video, everybody? Please come on video, everyone. So it will be easy for me. Can I hear you once? Shweta ma'am, you have to go a little bit far, please.
yes.
Yeah.
Am I okay? Yeah.
Yeah. Asana ma'am, can I hear you?
Hi, Dr. Madhvi.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Super. We'll be starting soon. Just
Yeah.
we're waiting.
Hello, afternoon, ma'am. Hello, everyone.
Hello. Preeti ma'am, Afrin ma'am, kindly come on video. It will be easy. Can we hear you? Hello ma'am. Very good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you so
Hello,
much.
ma'am. How are you doing?
I am fine. Can you see me? Am I audible?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You're looking absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
And I've seen your introduction also. That is just amazing.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Madhu.
Really.
So you are our moderator for the day?
Absolutely, exactly, ma'am. Yeah.
Great.
We'll be starting. I think we are on live, and we have to start
Yes.
in.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes. In 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me check. Afrin ma'am, can we hear you as well? Afrin ma'am, are you there?
Afternoon, ma'am is on mute. Kindly switch on your videos. Hello, Mr. Robert Thorne.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Good. Everything going well?
Yes, thank you for asking. Hope
Yes,
sir, but
everything is fine towards your side too. So
I'm
your
sorry?
videos is
Yeah.
not clear, sir.
Ah, yes. I just wanted to show you that that's what it looks like when I have a background on my
No, sir, it
computer.
is not. Only we can see the background. We can't see you.
Exactly. So I'm going to switch it off, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, please, sir.
I'm glad you saw that. It doesn't work on my computer. Could I just check one other thing? And that is, there we go.
Yeah.
Can I just check one other thing? Can I just show you a slide from my presentation? Just because I'm going to do it in a way.
Sir, actually, we are live. We are already live on Facebook,
Are
and
you?
I think we are supposed to start right now itself.
That's it. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'd
no
rather
problem,
test
sir.
it now than
You all have a very great introduction, and whenever we will start at your introduction, that time you can start sharing PPT, so it will be easy for you.
I just wanted to check that it works.
It will.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
I'm glad you know that. I don't know it.
But it's going to be great because all speakers are really.
Actually, we are live right now. So if
I
you
see.
tweet right now, so it will be revealed.
Oh, that's okay. It's just
So
a title page.
we want as a surprise for the audience.
Okay. All right. I'll stop talking.
I think Madhvi ma'am is going to be the great event because all we do have all the wonderful delegates with us.
Exactly. I think we should start because we are already live, and if audience must be watching, so we can start accordingly.
Just checking with Ashna ma'am is there.
Yeah, you can.
Mushkat ma'am.
I'm here. Hello. Am I
Hello,
audible,
ma'am.
visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Hi,
yes,
everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, so I thought that it would start at 5.
Yes.
So we just joined a little, before time just to check everything. And we are live.
Yeah, we are live. And it's really nice that you joined 5-10 minutes before so that we can have that necessary respect. Thank you so much. Mushkat ma'am, can I have you please? Okay. Shraddha ma'am. Afrin ma'am. Afrin ma'am. Preeti ma'am. Preeti ma'am, am I audible to you?
I raised my hand. Can you see me?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And Robert sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Mushkat ma'am. Hello.
Okay, after 4 minutes, we will start.
Yeah, I think Mushkat ma'am joined. I think her audio is not working. She has not activated her audio.
I can see she's connecting the audio. She has rejoined, I think.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Very good evening.
Greetings to all. Kindly switch on your videos, please, if it's possible.
Yeah, that will be amazing. We can coordinate easily with everybody. It's really required that when you come up with a video, we'll feel like we are with you. So try everyone be on video. So when we ask, when we want everyone to clap so we can see you all, that will be amazing for us. Please show us your attractive, beautiful, amazing faces.
Mushkat ma'am.
I audible?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Hello. Greetings to you.
Hello. Hi, ma'am.
How
Hi,
are you
everybody.
doing?
Good.
Hope
I'm
everything
great.
is fine.
Yeah. Perfectly fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we will be starting the event in 2 minutes.
Yeah, within 2 minutes we'll start.
Ishkak, your video is blurred. Can you shift your position so that we can see you?
Ma'am,
Yeah,
I'm
opposite
closest
to
to
the
the
light.
Wi-Fi connection. I don't know.
Like it looks blurred.
Actually,
Your
Mushkil
video is
ma'am,
not coming well. You try shifting yourself this side. Yeah, it's better now.
opposite to light. Yes, yes, perfect, perfect.
If I connected with my phone, it will be really better, much better, but it's on my laptop today.
No problem. Okay, after 1 minute, we are going to start.
Yeah.
We request everyone, if it's possible for you, please be on video. It will be amazing with us. Everyone try to be on video.
Kindly switch on your videos and please mute yourself.
Okay, I'm starting now.
Yeah.
All right, let's start. Greeting all excellency and a very warm welcome to all in today's insightful, incredible and informative session. I'm your host for this evening, Madhvi Bose. I feel privileged. Let's start once again.
Kindly mute yourself for the video, please.
Kindly mute everyone. Kindly mute everyone. Okay, so I believe you can hear me. Can you hear me? Please show me thumbs up.
Can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's start once again. No issues, some technical glitches. Okay, greeting all excellency and a very warm welcome to all in today's insightful, incredible and informative session. I'm your host for this evening, Madhvi Bose, and I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to all presented here. Thank you all the attendees who has taken out their precious time to join us. I would love to welcome our exceptional, dazzling, genius, and dynamic personalities among us, our today's intellectual guest speakers. Who we are? Learners, Tribe, International School, India's first online K-5 school. Learners Tribe International is India's most affordable online school for learners from nursery to grade 5. An engaging one that brings to life every aspect of your child's curriculum with a plenty of opportunities to interact with your teachers and classmates. Learners Tribes International will encourage your child with innovative lessons, exceptional learning opportunities, and high quality teaching as part of our blended learning approach. Learners Tribe learning experiences has two key facts. We time where learner can learn from their teachers live using our safe and secure online platform. Me time where learner earn independently through tailored tasks set by their teachers. Let me introduce where we are today. IIU, International Internship University. IIU is building a better and brighter future for all young learners, and committed to provide better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe, which is required today. IIU is metamorphosing the conventional education system by cutting down the additional cost, that providing access to more than 10,000 courses, an internship to their e-learner across 195 countries and 6 continents. Throughout the years, with over 150 offices around the world, International Internship University IIU is united in our commitment to provide exclusively free education to all the children and to the youth of the world under the Globe Hub. IIU has been accredited to affiliated with the World Education Organization WEO and collaborated with all the world's and top university and educational institutions throughout the platform of massive open online courses like MOOC. IIU is providing various certificate, diploma, graduation, post-graduation, and honorary doctorates. IIU has received many accreditations as per international standards for their innovation, vision, creative ideas, research, white paper publication, as well as national patents. Now we are presenting a wonderful video. Let us know if we have Shelly ma'am, are you there with us?
I think
No,
ma'am.
perhaps he is not there.
Yeah, she's
All right, so can we present the video? IIU video, is it possible for us? Okay, no problem. So till that, what we can do is the main leader, the person who has got this idea, who has started this, the main mentor of this, we can say Mr. Piyush Pandit. Piyush Pandit, sir, who is a co-founder of IIU, member, International Internship University, international social activist, award-winning social worker, serial entrepreneur, and president, SBP Global. Piyush Pandit, sir, is a hard-working social worker who is passionate and committed to the service of humanity. He is a political figure, social activist, and entrepreneur. His social and political activism is focused on the rural areas, and he fights for the right to equality for everyone. He has organized various anti-reservation campaigns at the national and state level. He enhances access to justice for people who need it, and it has created a team of more than 20 volunteers across different states. He has attained global recognition as head of Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust with a team of social activists and spanned across more than 50 countries. Piyush sir has the ability to manage complex casseroles and has granted several live interviews and press conferences and anti-reservation rural development, access to justice, and the right to equality. Piyush sir has conducted rallies, campaigns, and debates, as well as that has impacted on the government of India to achieve several noble goals, including 10% reservation for Swarna Samaj. Piyush sir is a youth leader, experiences political activism and stellar entrepreneurial achievements. Let me represent you. If we have his video, Piyush Pandit sir, we can go with that as well. All right, we can wait, no issues. We can wait for the video. So let's move to our speakers today before starting the program. Okay, so what I actually insist from all of you, we have a 2 hours program and all the dignitaries are requested to cover all the question between 12 to 15 minutes. So let's start. Before starting, I would like to honor to have our Honorable Excellency, Honorable Excellency Miss Asnaha Farheen. Ma'am has started her career in the realm of education more than 12 years back as an international baccalaureate educator. She moved from strength to strength, building her skills as an educator and now as a pedagogical leader in the journey of the learning and teaching. She bore different hats and grew immensely. She is currently leading an international as a head of primary school and primary years program. Coordinator, she is also a National Geographic certified educator and a Lausanne Learning USA mentor. She has won various national and international awards and number of achievements which won't be possible for me in this short time. But I would like to say she is a true inspiration for our society, especially for women. We would like to begin this informative session by you, ma'am, on our theme. Ma'am, may we know structure and pedagogy of online school? Over to you, Asna, ma'am.
Can you hear me, Miss Madhuri?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, I requested Miss Shelley to get my, presentation presented. I have some issue with the screen sharing. So is it possible? Who is doing it?
Ma'am, actually, Shelly ma'am is not with us right now.
Okay, no issue. Shraddha, can you do it for me? Miss Shraddha?
Yes, sure, I can do it for you. Just a moment.
Thank you, Shraddha.
Could the host please enable screen sharing for me? Ms. Madhuri, could you please enable screen sharing for me?
Yeah, just give me a moment. Have you started? Shweta ma'am, you can check it out from your side if it's possible for you.
No, it's still disabled.
I'm just not getting it. Shweta ma'am, is it possible from your side?
No, not yet.
Okay. You are also, Asana
Just
ma'am,
checking.
you are
Yeah,
also,
I'm checking.
yeah, please. Asana ma'am, you are also co-host. Please check if it's possible from your side.
All right, I'll just try.
Yeah.
I think it is
So,
done by the hosts only.
mhm.
I
You are
don't
okay. You
have
can
I
also.
don't have right to make her host.
Yeah.
Shall I start without presentation?
Yeah, there'll be no issues.
Mr.
Yeah.
Robert, do you have the screen sharing rights? Anyone from my team, Mishkat, Afreen, do you have screen sharing rights?
We have
check.
screen sharing rights, but
I don't have. Yeah, we need to make the person co-host. So I thought that
You are
Shraddha.
already a co-host, ma'am. You're already a co-host.
No, I don't want to be because I'll be just speaking. I don't have the screen sharing option with me due to some technical glitches. Well, I'll just start right
Yeah.
away. Okay.
Hmm.
Can you please stop sharing what is there on the screen?
Sure.
I don't know. I can still see something on the screen.
Yeah, just give us a moment. You can start till that, ma'am. No issues.
Can you share? Sorry, do you have screen sharing rights now? I just changed something. Asnan?
Yeah, please check it out.
And the people in the team, do you have screen sharing rights now?
Shall we start?
Yeah, please.
Presentation,
We can
please.
start.
Please.
Absolutely.
A round of applause for Miss Ashna, please. Ashna, ma'am, the stage is yours.
Ashna ma'am, please start.
Do we have Ashna ma'am with us?
I don't know. Okay, no problem. So that we can continue with other speaker.
Okay.
Shweta ma'am, could you please call other speaker?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Madhavi. So starting now, I would like to invite Ms. Mushkat Khan. Starting with, Ms. Mushkat is an honest and dedicated IB/PYP academician with a passion and vision to create a difference in field of education. She believes in collaboratively developing a learning environment that nurtures the students' academics, physical, social, and emotional growth. If I talk about her education, she is master's in English literature. She is gold medalist and has received a state level honor for securing highest marks. Adding to her achievements, she also secured 10th city rank in Center Teachers National Olympiad. There are many more achievements to add on her achievements, but in the interest of time, I would like to directly invite Ms. Mushkat Khan. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and invite Ms. Mushkat Khan. Ma'am, you are welcome. Stage is yours.
Thank you so much. I hope you all can hear me.
Can we have, ma'am, can we have Mushkat ma'am, please?
Yeah, I'm right here. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
No, ma'am, your voice is
Not
audible.
clear.
Could you speak
Yeah, we are
louder?
slow.
Is it better?
It's not loud, ma'am. It's not loud.
Loud enough. Audible enough? I'm trying
Okay.
to
Can we
yeah,
have the
can you more-
spotlight on Mushkat ma'am, please?
I'm unable to share my screen, the same issue. How am I supposed to present?
I was moved out of the meeting suddenly. I really don't know. I tried joining
No
back.
problem, no problem. Asana ma'am, if you want to start, no issues without sharing a screen, but
All right.
yeah, please, please. No problem, Mushkat ma'am. Till that you can check it out, your screen sharing, and then we can come to you. Is it all right with you, Mushkat ma'am?
I don't have any
And your voice is again not audible.
Okay.
Kindly
I'll
check
take
with
that.
your audio part, please, ma'am. Till then, please kindly check with your audio part so that we can hear your, your lecture properly.
Shall I
Yes,
start?
Yes, ma'am. Ashna ma'am, the stage is yours.
All right.
Round of applause for Ashna ma'am.
Thank you so much. And I'm delighted to be here presenting, my dream project with all of you, all the eminent dignitaries and my colleagues. Very warm.
Kindly unmute it. Kindly unmute it, ma'am. Asana ma'am, kindly unmute it.
Yeah, I have unmuted. All right, thank you. So, I would like to start my presentation by thanking Dr. Shelley, although she's not there. I hope she has joined, not yet. All right, thank you so much, Dr. Shelley, for connecting all of us, and we are presenting our thoughts and ideas with like-minded people. I would also like to thank the co-founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit, for setting up this collaborative space where we all as educators come together, discuss ideas and share perspectives. So a very warm welcome again to the presentation. My name is Asna Fareen, and as described by the moderator of the evening, I am into educational sector, especially the International Baccalaureate, organizations, and working with IB for past 12 years in different capacities. I had been an educator, so I know the intricacies of the classroom. I am now wearing the hat of leader, but I always call myself a learner and lifelong learner, and that gives me a lot of enthusiasm to learn new things each and every day. So here I am to present my dream project, and unfortunately I'm not able to share the PPT which we worked very hard on. So yeah, so here I am to share the Learners Tribe International School, which is my dream project. And if I would be able to share the screen, that would be really nice. Please try on your end. So Before start, I just want to know, and I would request the moderators of the evening to let me know that what is coming in the chat box. There is a question for you all. What are the first 3 words that come to mind when you hear the word school? You feel free to share your views. What are the first 3 words that come to your mind when you hear the word school?
Students.
All right.
Happy faces.
Anyone wants to answer, please?
Can we have more answers? What is there in the chat?
India, we couldn't like, still I haven't got any message from there.
All right.
But once we get it, yeah.
Sure. So I'll move ahead because we have the time constraint. When I asked the same question in one of the gathering of the educators, I got answer like a factory model, a prison model.
Okay. Ma'am, we are getting learning, friends, discipline, fun.
Wow, that's great. All the positive sides. But you know, I was so astonished to see the kind of responses when I threw this question in one of the international conference, and I came up, you know, with a new type of perspective. One of the fellow colleagues said that when it comes to school, he could only see a factory, a prison, and a place where creativity is not allowed, right? So here I am to give you a very different notion. Schools are like a factory in the era of industrialization. It was mainly about the production of human robots, formatted for submissive and effective work in factories and production lines. What else was transferred from the factories to schools? Beside mentioned rows of desks, set just as did long lines of conveyor belts in factories and bells announcing break. It is also the factories where narrow production specialization originates. This also involves educating children by giving them to sort for the parts of the material, which is mostly separated in isolation, which they will never return to after passing a test, and teaching them only in their age groups. Why? Where did the concept of age as the most important feature came from? It seems like the most important factor which defines children is the date of their production, the date of birth. The second notion that I got is school exterminates diversity, and yet children of the same age differ immeasurably. No 2 children walking into your classroom is same. They are unique. They're unique individuals among each other, all in this level of knowledge and skills related to individual areas or efficiency depending on a daytime or in cooperation skills in big and small group.
Ma'am, can you sorry to interrupt, can you see the screen is shared now?
All right, if Shraddha can share it.
Yeah, it is shared.
From slide 6.
Okay, slide 6. If you want, you can shortly, you can go with number 1 also.
I still
There's
don't
no
have
problem.
the authority to share, so whoever is sharing can do that.
Sorry, I'm not getting it. I'll go ahead without screen sharing, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
If you can share it, then it's okay.
Yeah, it is shared. It is shared, ma'am.
Okay, I'm on slide 6.
Yes, ma'am. Please continue, ma'am. Okay.
Where are you, Shraddha?
I do not have the right to share yet.
All right, I'll just go ahead with that.
It is shared. The screen is shared, ma'am.
Yeah.
I hope
That's
you
already.
can see it. We all can see vision and mission. Is this your...
Sorry, I haven't shared anything.
But somebody else has.
Okay. Vision and mission is not yours?
No, it is my slide, but I'm not on this slide. Go back to slide number 4. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'll let you know when I need to change the slide. Whoever is sharing, thank you so much. All right. So the second notion that I came is like the school exterminates diversity, which I was talking about. And of course, the whole system has been designed for usage and the needs of human production lines. The third thing that I came to know is like, which is very well said by Sir Ken Robinson as well. So this is all about killing creativity. Until recently, it was believed that good result at school will allow students to get to universities. which guarantees a well-paid job and, in other words, safe and good life. Contemporary economics show that this way of thinking is completely invalid. What more, the modern world clearly shows our children that high average grade does not go with professional and financial successes. The internet offers way to learn a living that are completely abstract. For the old generation like us, blogs, coding, e-sport, cryptocurrencies, social media, just to name a few of them. These professions did not exist 15 years ago. Current children will soon be doing professions that do not exist yet, using technology that has not been invented yet to solve problems that are not here yet. Production line versus school for people. Fortunately, there are other educational systems. For example, Montessori, homeschooling, democratic schools, Khan Academy, and other online platforms, which instill the students with the skills which are more suited for modern world and available technology. Can you please change the slide, Shraddha, or whoever it is? Next slide, please. So who we are. Learners Tribe International School is India's first online K-5 school. Learners Tribe International is India's most affordable online schools for learners from nursery to grade 5. Every school day at Learners Tribe is an engaging one that brings to life every aspect of your child's curriculum with plenty of opportunities to interact with their teachers and classmates. Learners Tribe International will encourage your child with innovative lessons, exceptional learning opportunities, and high quality teaching as a part of a blended learning approach. What is our mission and vision? It is very simple. At Learners Tribe, we believe that the entire world is a learning community and learning knows no boundaries. We enlighten our learners with a focus on developing transferable 21st century life skills. Our learners enhance and develop their enduring understanding through a research-based, intensive, differentiated, and personalized curriculum. We aim to develop an equitable, sustainable, and process-focused blended learning ecosystem. We strive to give Generation Z a conducive, relevant, and real-life application-based learning environment through experiential learning, which has been advocated very well by the new National Educational Policy of India. Well, next slide, please, Shraddha. Whoever is, sorry. So, what are the three areas that we are really different from other schools? It is a very affordable school. I will let you know when I will be sharing about the fee structure of the school. All my teachers, all my team members are certified and trained international teachers, and it is an equitable school. Why an equitable school? Equity and equality are important for student success in different ways. Equality denotes how people are treated, such as providing student an equal amount of respect or an equal amount of instruction. But equity, on the other hand, is about giving each student the tools he or she specifically need to survive and thrive in this changing and challenging world. Well, I would like to introduce you to the team. If you'll click on the teamwork, that particular hyperlink, you will be able to see the team. So my team has Miss Mishkat. She is an IB trained teacher. She has worked in an IB school for several years. She is also one of the merit holder when it comes to CELTA. Next in the row is marvelous Shraddha. Shraddha is also a trained PYP teacher in primary years program. She is also a certified Jolly Phonics teacher, and she has some other great interest as well, which you'll get to know when you will get introduced to her. Then we have in our advisory board, Mr. Robert Thorne. He has an amazing experience of 30 years working in the international schools. He is a versatile person who can work well with the primary years also, and no doubt with the high school and secondary school as well. He is with us in the capacity of advisory board member for professional development. Then we have Miss Liz Cable. She's a success coach and basically work on the brain-based learning. So I have an amazing team and I'm so happy to have them all. So the next thing is What are the learning experiences has, the learner tribe has? It has two key facets. One is the we time. Can you please change the slide? Yes. The we time, where learners can learn from their teachers live using a safe and secure, very easy to use learning management system. They don't have to go to 100 places to continue their learning. Our learning management system is very lean and easy. The me time, where learners can learn independently through tailored tasks set by their teachers. So this is both, a blended type of support, which is both synchronous, where they can do it in real time, but there are plenty of things that they can do on their own, because we believe in self-efficacy and self-regulation. And we know when learners are engaged and interested in something, they work well even on their own. They do not need a push. How do we work? Well, learning experiences at Learners Tribe are less us, means it is less about adults, but it is more about creating student-centered context for learning. Well, to give a few examples, sorry, they participate in real-time lessons through a safe and protected platform, relish a balance of online and offline learning taught by world-class teachers, receive high-quality interactive assignments, and consistent personalized feedback. Feedback is very, very important, and effective feedback will definitely move them up in the ladder. They complete tasks and activities in the synchronous classroom with their classmates, develop vital skills, and nurture curiosity through self-regulating learning. They receive regular updates from the child's teachers on their progress and achievement, participate in a range of activity with learners from all over the country, which is something very unique. At our school, the curriculum is alive. It is intended to follow the learner's interests. We do not have a fixed, rigid curriculum. We give a lot of flexibility, but yes, we ensure that we are meeting all the benchmarks, but yes, we give a lot of flexibility so that the learner get enough time to pursue other interests and hobbies as well. In this way, every learner attain the liberty to discover oneself and also navigate through the challenges in academic life and reach where he or she wants to reach, not where others want her to reach or him to be. Can you please change the slide and move to the language club? So learners in the we have 4 clubs which are the core areas. The first one is the language club, where learners will decipher the intricacies of English language by fostering the listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. Then the next in the row is the mathematics club, where learners will construct new meanings by transferring their mathematical understanding to the real world. And it's gonna be a highly hands-on and experiential learning for them. This is again a very interesting topic, very interesting club for learners, science and humanities, and it's a perfect amalgamation. We have aligned a curriculum with UN sustainable goal to help the learners to understand what is happening locally, how it is impacting globally, and what is their role to bring a change to make this world more sustainable. We have the Visual Art Club, where learners will explore the world of colors and develop studio habits of mind. We consider that each learner is an artist, and our arts teachers are also from internationally trained schools. So these are the 4 key areas. We have some interest-based things as well that will come to you in future, but yes, we are working on these core areas to bridge the learning gap in these challenging times. Can you click on the slide where admissions and fee structures are there, Shraddha? I don't know. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are. Actually, ma'am has clicked, but I think there's just a box over there.
All right, you need to click that link. There is this is a hyperlink. So if you will present it and click it, you will get something which is
yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Well, admissions are open for all 4 levels. It starts from the budding pearls, and then it will move on to the next group. And if you click on the fee structure tab, you will get to know the fee, which is something which is really affordable. So it's like 1,200 per month for the budding pearls group, and we have 2 classes daily. Apart from that, a number of hours where we give the asynchronous support, when we give the hand holding to the learner so that the learner can improve and enhance their learning. So the second one is the shining silver. This age group has a fee structure of 1,800 per month, 3 classes daily, and the duration of each class is 40 minutes. The third one is glittering gold. Can you please present it? Yeah, fine. Yeah, just click on it. Yes, so this is the age group for 8 to 9 years, and we have the fee structure of only 1,800 for this, 2,400 for this, and the next one has the fee structure of 3,000. Again, 3 classes per day for the entire week. So this is all about the fee structure, and I'm sure that I'm getting lots of comment from people around the globe that this is something which is highly affordable. So this is all from me today. I would love to hear from my teams, and I know they're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you to you, ma'am. It's like our highest gratitude to you for sharing your precious word and amazing PPT. That is like we're
Thank you.
grateful for the person who has started. I think it is like Afrin ma'am.
Miss Afrin Khan has shared
Yeah,
the
Afrin
video
Khan ma'am.
the PPT.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you so much. A
Thank you
round of
so
applause for Ashna, ma'am.
Afreen, it was
Thank you
really
so much.
wonderful presentation, Afreen.
And it was really your enlightening speech, we would say, and really enjoyed the content, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm delighted to hear all positive comments.
And that's just nothing, ma'am. You will get so many after when you will look out your all the social medias for your precious word, precious
Thank
presentation,
you
and
so much.
thoughtful explanation.
Thank you
That
so
was
much.
really magnificent. So now I believe we are presenting, Shelly ma'am, if you're there, I think we are presenting a wonderful video to know about IIU.
Afrin, ma'am, please stop sharing a screen, please. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Shelly ma'am, are you there?
I think there might be some network issue, ma'am.
Okay, so no
Okay.
problem. You can call till that Muscat man. I think.
Okay.
I'm
So
there,
we will be
Dr.
moving.
Just a minute. I'm there.
Okay,
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
All right. So I believe that I have already introduced you about IIU, and in this wonderful video, we'll get to know about what is IIU for. And stay tuned for the participation certificate. And do remember to fill your Google form. We will share you the certificate after convocation. And the sound is not there.
What is education? Books? Classes? No. Education is not that. It's beyond this. Education is a term that we have grown up listening to since we were kids. Right from the beginning of childhood till this very moment, we have been surrounded by education and its need and importance. A luxury for the rich, a necessity for the bread earner, a dream for the underprivileged, an aspiration for the suppressed, a distant reality for the inaccessible. The primary objective of education is to impart knowledge. Education also has its fair share in building the thinking capacity of people's minds. Hence, education supplies people with knowledge and facts and also encourages them to integrate acquired knowledge into practical and professional lives via necessary training. Education thus also plays a primary role in supporting the economic, social, and cultural sector of a country. It's a way to change the future today. The current education system can make people easy to lead, but difficult to drive. It's either all academic, all physical, all virtual, or all costly. Also, it makes easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. We cannot win over the future by sabotaging our present with extreme disparity. IIU takes great pride in saying that we're bridging the gaps in education system. We're not just academicians, but also
It is incredibly amazing. And now, let us represent one more video. I have already explained and known you about the iconic personality from our most spectacular video. Now we will see Mr. Piyush Pandit sir. So, Shelly ma'am, can I have the video of Piyush Pandit sir as well?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So here, when you see the video of IIU, you must be finding that who is the person behind it. So the dignitary we are going to watch right now in the same different video.
determination has always been a key to success for any individual. As a pessimist always sees difficulty in every opportunity, and the optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Piyush Pandit is that name who is recognized by his multiple world honors, an international social activist, award-winning social worker, serial entrepreneur, and founder of SBP. He has determined his destiny by having trust in him and Almighty God. Pandit was born on 27th July 1987 in Pratapgarh, Uttar Pradesh, in a middle-class family. Pandit is a diligent and passionate social worker committed to serve humanity. Pandit has played a crucial role recognition as head of Swarna Bharat Parivar Trust, which spans across more than 50 countries. He has the ability to manage complex case loads as he granted several live interviews and press conferences on rural development, access to justice, and the right to equality. Rallies, debates, and campaigns conducted by him has impacted government of India to achieve various noble goals beyond.
What a spectacular video. And now I would like to invite Shelly ma'am as an IIU president. Now we will go ahead with her incredible speech. Ma'am is the President Council of Foreign Affairs, passionate leader, mentor, author, wrote many computer books from 2012 to till date, motivational speaker and national trainer of Khelo India, international relationship counselor, multi-awarded in leadership skills, member of University of Reading UK since 2016, National President of India Human Values, President of Namaste India Women Empowerment associated with 450 Schools Association, President of All India Association of Public Schools. You are a true inspiration, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Madhvi. Very good evening, everyone. Greetings, namaskar, sat sri akal, adab. Very good evening. I'm Dr. Shelly Buchani, President, Council of Foreign Affairs, IIU. Heartily welcome all of you. Welcome everyone. Those who are present here on the behalf of our International Internship University. I'm here to pay my greetings to the people who added to the success of this event. Thank you so very much. First of all, I would like to give welcome to all the speakers who are going to share valuable knowledge today with us. I liked how co-founder Dr. Piyush Pandit emphasized the drastic change of progressive industrialization in the environment for all the solutions that can be implemented. Is really brilliant and grateful. I furthermore like to welcome and express my gratitude to our trustee, Shri Roshni Lalji, Vice President Dr. Satnam, co-founder Ms. Mona, country head Dr. Parachi, all other country heads, global members Ms. Nada, Corina, our senior advisor Ms. Pratibha, STG head, and all others members of IIU. I'm unable to name them, right? As IIU family is not too short to explain in a day. So with heartful gratitude for their efforts to enable this webinar held virtually today. So welcome everyone. Of course, my all participant viewers for participating at today's event and for always supporting us. Thank you so very much that today Learners Tribe International School has given a chance to show by themselves with a beautiful presentation and collaboration on beautiful topic. As learning is the same, eating is same, drinking is same, and our hearts and memories remain same. So what changes now? Only way to go with different learning. So IIU is building a better and brighter future for all young learners and committed to provide better virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. There is a powerful mission and vision globally to provide learning through this IIU. Every project is very sustainable development project in which students will have more opportunities to learn at different times in different places. So IT facilities, opportunities for globally self-paced learning. It's lifelong opportunities for everyone. IIU is preparing students for better future, especially in the area of education and SDG. So education is what? Is a passport to the future for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. So let's start today's fostering learning in an online school through technology with our fantastic speakers and showing beautiful journey between two countries, Bangladesh and India. Over to Madhvi. Thank you so very much.
It's amazing, ma'am. You have explained really great, and salute to your team. And let me tell you that today, 26th July, there is a day, very important day, Kargil Vijay Divas. The whole reason why we pray is to be united into the vision and contemplation of God to whom we pray. So let's start our today's session from that.
मुझे तेरी कसम हम अपना फर्ज निभाएंगे अब तलक जिए बस तेरे लिए मर जाएंगे वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे बस यूं ही लहराए तिरंगा, लहराए तिरंगा, बस यूं ही लहराए तिरंगा। वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम। और रुख मोड़ दिए तूफानों के, चट्टानों को धूल बनाया है। दुश्मन हमको ना भूलेगा, उसे ऐसा सबक सिखाया है। वंदे मातरम, 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 वंदे मातरम। जीवन जो मिला था हमको ये, वो देश पे हमने वार दिया। जो कर्ज था अपनी मिट्टी का, वो हमने आज उतार दिया। हम करना नहीं खोने का मेरे, मैं सौंप रहा हूँ देश तुम्हें। मिटने नहीं देना आने कभी, कम हो ना वतन की शान कभी। वंदे
A soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him. Let me repeat it. A soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what's behind him. And our flags, we have all United Nations over here, and our flags does not fly because the wind moves it. Our flags does not fly because the winds move it. It flies with the last breath of each soldier who died protecting it. So I believe wherever we are, we all should salute to our soldiers who are just saving our life. Because of them, today we are here, safe, secured. So from our side, love, blessing, wishes, and we are so grateful to have this brave and courageous people in all of us in our country. Over to you, Shweta ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well said, Dr. Madhavi. And after this touchy and motivational video, we will move forward to the process of exchange of knowledge. As it's rightly said, innovation is fostered by information gathered from new connections, from insight gained by the journeys into other disciplines or places, from active collegial network and open boundaries. Moving forward, And I would like to invite our next dynamic speaker, Ms. Mushkat.
Shweta, before that, I would like to run national anthem for Bangladesh. It's respect for that country. Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm going to play a national anthem for Bangladesh, please.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank
And
you
we
so
all
much,
can show the
Shweta.
respect.
Thanks a lot, Shweta. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And we all can show the respect by saluting, because we can't stand virtually. So we all can salute till that. So I request everyone to on the video, and if we can't stand, so we can at least salute and show the respect. I hope each one you are on video and ready.
These days, there is a...
To run a growing business is to be on a journey, and along the ride, you'll have many questions, challenges, and a few surprises. But wherever you are on your journey,
I request everyone to respect with salutation.
আমার সোনার বাংলা, আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি, চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ, চিরদিন তোমার আকাশ, তোমার বাতাস আমার প্রাণে, ও মা আমার প্রাণে বাজায় বাঁশি, সোনার বাংলা, আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি, ও মা ফাগুনে তোর আমের বনে ঘ্রাণে পাগল করে মরি হায়, হায় রে ও মা ফাগুনে তোর আমের বনে ঘ্রাণে পাগল করে, ও মা অঘ্রাণে তোর ভরা খেতে কি দেখেছি, আমি কি দেখেছি মধুর হাসি, সোনার বাংলা, আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি, কি শোভা কি ছায়া গো, কি স্নেহ কি মায়া গো, কি আঁচল বিছাইছ বটের মূলে, নদীর কূলে কূলে, মা তোর মুখের বাণী আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো, মরি হায়, হায় রে মা তোর মুখের বাণী আমার কানে লাগে সুধার মতো, মা তোর বদন খানি মলিন হলে আমি নয়ন, ও মা আমি নয়ন জলে ভাসি, সোনার বাংলা, আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি।
Really amazing. We all are one. that really shows that. And let me tell you, now Shelly ma'am has played, so let me tell you, the outstanding culture of Bangladesh. Bangladesh has a rich tradition of folk songs with lyric rooted into a vibrant tradition and spiritually mysticism and devotion. Most folk songs and music tradition includes Khachirari, Bol, Madfai, Murshidi, and Bhavya. Robindro lyricist and Nazrul Giti from precious culture heritage of Bangladesh. So over to you, Shweta ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Madhavi. Now, moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands all together to welcome our next eminent speaker, Ms. Mushkat Khan. Ms. Mushkat is a dynamic, dedicated IBPYP academician with a passion and vision to create a difference in the field of education. She believes in collaboratively developing a learning environment that nurtures the students' academics, physical, social, and emotional growth. If I talk about her education, she is Master's in English Literature. She is gold medalist and has received state level honor for securing highest marks in her batch. She, adding to her achievement, she also secured 10th seater rank in St. Peter's National Olympiad. There are many more to add on to her achievements, but I would directly like to invite Ms. Mushkat. Ms. Mushkat, the stage is yours. Please welcome.
I hope you all are able to hear me. I'm audible.
Your voice is not that clear, ma'am.
Yeah, you are audible, but it's cracking. Please speak once again.
Is it audible now? Is it clear?
Yeah, it's
better?
audible. It's audible. Yeah. Please carry on. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm unable to share my screen, so whoever is the host, please kindly do that for me.
Just a minute.
I don't know who's the host. I can't share my screen. So whoever is the host who has the right, kindly go ahead and share the screen, please.
Now you can able to see. Now you can able to see. You are co-host now. Please share it.
All right, ma'am.
Right.
Yes. All right. Yes. All right. Okay. Is it coming? Yeah, is it there on your screens, everyone?
It's loading. It's coming. Yeah. Now we are able to see. Please carry on.
All right. So I'll be taking ahead the presentation. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. So my topic for discussion is experiential learning. It's basically learning by doing, okay? Experiential learning is one of the most important things when it comes to education. I mean, when I was a kid, I'm a product of one of the state boards where experiences were not a part of education. So when we look back at our education of that sort, we don't really remember much. But we only remember things that we experience, that we do by our own hands, that we live. So experiential learning is all about that. So let's dive into this. It's essentially a way of acquiring knowledge and skills through keen observation followed by reflection on what is learned and understood. In simpler words, it's learning by doing. Why experiential learning is important and why we at Learners Tribe would like to incorporate in our learning experiences to facilitate learning by doing the natural way. Every child is born with curiosity, with a lot of things to do, to run around, to experience whatever is there around them. But when you enter into a rote learning environment, when you enter into places where you are made to do things because it's in the curriculum, your curiosity is killed, the child's zest for learning new things, being a lifelong learner, all of that is killed from there itself. But we at Learners Tribe would like to incorporate experiential learning to give experience to our children, to give them opportunities to learn the natural ways and experience things how it should be. Academically focused experiences provide a context, right? Practice new concepts, methods, theories, policies to make the abstract real and the unfamiliar more familiar. You know, let me just share one experience of mine. I was teaching about food, lifestyle choices for a healthy lifestyle, and our topic was food. And when I was telling my children about, the food pyramid, which has carbohydrates, and then you have fats, and you have vitamins and minerals and all of that, The kids just were staring at my face, like blank faces, and like, okay, okay, this is something, okay, this is how we should eat. But when I showed them a food plate with this much carbohydrates and this much fat and these many fruits, this is how much you should eat to carry on a healthy lifestyle, then their eyes were sparkling and like, man, now we understand what you're talking about. So experiences really bring in the concepts well into the minds of students and they're able to retain them. So this is what it means to make the abstract real and the unfamiliar more familiar. And you can always Google for facts, figures, and information, but you will only gain wisdom and understanding from your experiences. And I'm sure you all will agree with that. Our mission and vision at Learners Thrive. Our mission at Learners Thrive, we believe that the entire world and community and that learning knows no boundaries. We enlighten our learners with a focus on developing transferable 21st century life skills. Our learners enhance and develop their enduring understanding through a research-based, intensive, differentiated, and personalized curriculum. And that's what I'm trying to tell you here, that we will try to incorporate the different styles in the form of how students would want to learn and not force them to learn the way we want them to learn. We are going to tailor-made the curriculum and differentiate the skills and the understanding a student possesses. The experiential learning cycle is in front on your screen, and the core experiential learning cycle is the most celebrated one. Concrete experiences, try it out, see what happens, it starts from there. Then it goes to reflective observations, where you analyze the experience, view from multiple perspectives. Abstract conceptualizations, connecting ideas, linked to existing knowledge and understanding. Active experimentation, where you formulate a hypothesis, plan an action, and test it. Let me explain you a little bit in simpler words how it goes. Concrete experiences describes hand-on personal experiences where you try new things. When you get stuck, when you step out of your comfort zone, and then you want to try out and understand how these concepts work. Next, you have reflective observations where you need to reflect to successfully learn from your experiences. Unless and until you are able to reflect on what you have learned, you will never be able to retain the knowledge. And our focus in Learners Tribe will be on reflection a lot because we would want the students to be lifelong learners and to retain the knowledge that is being passed on to them. Abstract conceptualization is once we have identified and understood the defining characteristics of an experience, we can decide what we will do differently next time. This is the time for planning and brainstorming strategies for success because most of the times you will not get success in the first go itself. So here, reflection helps and then you conceptualize it. Active experimentation phase of the learning cycle is where you get to experiment with your ideas and it's time to put your plan of action to test in the real world. And when, as I have given you an example earlier, that I was telling them about my students about healthy lifestyle and all, by the end of the whole concept, when we had finished it over a period of 6 weeks, they were able to find the changes in their own body. Man, I was eating this much a healthy diet, I was doing exercises, I was walking, I was helping people at home, and I was sleeping well, I was drinking enough water. When they actually grasped all the concepts and took it into their bodies and really experienced it fully, that was the time that they eternally, kept it in their minds forever. And this is how the knowledge would retain for a longer period of time. And that's what we are going to connect it with the curriculum. Now, experiential learning and all this is fancy, but how do you really do it in the classroom? Is it really doable? This is how it is. How does who we are and what we know connect with what we are experiencing and what is being taught, what we actually learn? So there's a difference between each of these and way to bridge it all. We are going to bridge it all together when we are going to give them critical reflection opportunities. The goal of reflection is to help learners pause and think about what has happened and what is going to happen and how it comes with what they already know. The most important part of this, before we are going to start any concept in Learners Thrive, we are going to ask them what they already know, their prior knowledge, and then we are going to build up their concept on that. We are not going to sanitize the children, calling them, oh, you don't know this? Why didn't you know that? By this age, you should be able to do this. But this is not how it should work. When it is about the kids learning, it should always be what they already know and then help them get to come together with other students on a level, and then they all can, slowly and gradually move forward all together. That's where differentiated learning really helps, where you create different models for different students who are at different stages of learning. You don't teach students by age, you are going to teach students by stages. Critical reflection, what it is and what it is not, let me just briefly tell you about that. It is analytical rigorous, and it is not touchy and feely. You can carefully, if it's guided critical thinking. And where it is not, it's just a flow of thought, a diary entry, just do it in rote learning. We are talking about showcasing reasoning, whereas about personal opinions, wherein in the rote learning we give personal opinions and what I think and what I understand. But when you are about showcasing reasoning, you are giving a more universal thought and idea over that. Individual and collaborative for sharing, whereas in our learner stride classroom, we are going to be doing teamwork, we are going to collaborate, and we are going to make students communicate with each other, build bonds. Whereas in rote learning, you're all on your own, you're on your desk, and you're completely, isolated from others, and you're not able to share things. This shouldn't be the case. Why is it important? When learners participate in experiential education opportunities, they gain a better understanding of course materials. They understand, they have a broader view of the world and appreciation of the community. They have an insight into their own skills, interests, passions, and values. Opportunities to collaborate with diverse organizations and people. Positive professional practices and skill sets. The gratification of assisting in communities. And self-confidence and leadership skills. When you have all of these skills, and we are going to felicitate and all of these things in learners thrive when you are a part of our classroom. And the benefits of experiential learning in our classroom, academic outcomes would look like an increase in learners' content, knowledge, and skills. It's not always about learning the content. It's very much about enhancing the skills, brushing up your skills, and to create a difference in the society. Statistically higher outcomes in application of coursework to everyday life. As I explained you earlier, that my students were able to apply their knowledge in their real life, and they were constantly out there with their families and relatives. Stop eating junk food, not good for your health. You should be eating good food and good things, and we should grow our own food and not use pesticides which are there in the farms outside. And we should educate people. When students start taking action, when they try to do things on their own, they have leadership skills. All of this is a part of experiential learning that we're going to provide at Learners Tribe. And we're going to significant increase in learners' critical thinking skill as well, because they are able to analyze each and every phenomena which comes in front of them, even outside the classroom. They will be able to tell and guide people when they have these leadership skills and critical thinking abilities. Whereas in personal and social outcomes, they will be having increased learner self-esteem, enhanced learner self-efficacy and empowerment. They will be independent. They will be more empowered for their own learning, for their own social and personal spaces, increasing learners' likelihood to engage in social behaviors and decrease learners' likelihood to engage in at-risk behavior. They'll be more aware of where they should be and where they shouldn't be. And they will be able to protect others as well. And it's going to provide a positive effect on learners' motivation for learning. Teachers, students these days, they're forced to go to school and they're forced to join classes online. But we are going to create an environment, an experiential environment for students where they would be motivated to come on their own, and we will be looking forward for them to be a part of our classroom happily. And we're not going to force them, and we're going to make it a happy place where all the students are happy and the learning goes into a flow that the outcomes are happy and action based, and there's retention of knowledge, and there's a lot more to come. So thank you so much. That's it from my side. Over to you all.
Great, great. Concrete experience, and we could say reflective observation, active experimentation, critical reflection, and benefit of experimental learning. Our highest gratitude to you, ma'am, for sharing your precious words and incredible explanation. That was really amazing. Most of us, we were really not knowing about it, and we are so grateful to you. Now, I profusely elated to invite our next dignitary of today, Shraddha Pillai ma'am. Ma'am is an educator by passion, but she enjoys calling herself a lifelong learner. She believes that one is always learning something new every single moment of their life. And when it comes to children, well, they are treat. They have so much to offer. We should learn how to live from this little ones. Education, according to Shraddha ma'am, is not just literacy. Education is understanding and applying the knowledge that you have acquired. She wants to provide a holistic approach to learning development, physical, mental, emotional, and social. Shraddha ma'am has been working with children aged 1.5 years to 7 years since 2015. Her philosophy as a teacher is to firstly build a conducive environment where the child is comfortable being an expressing themselves without any hesitation. She believes that these are the foundational years of the individual existence, and her role as an educator is to guide the children to discover their life's calling. Ma'am, could you please explain us how to ensure social emotional well-being in K5 classroom?
Hello, hi, Faye. Thank you for the introduction. Um, I will quickly share the presentation.
Sure, ma'am.
So I will be talking about connecting social and emotional well-being in the classroom, how we do it at Learners Tribe. So I would like to start with this idea of, for example, when you woke up today, yesterday, what emotion did you begin the day with? Can you pick one emotion from the chart here? And think, how did that particular emotion affect the thought process you had for the entire day? How did it help you process information, gather information, and keep it in your head throughout the day? I would start with that idea and keep that thought in your head for the rest of the presentation. So today what I would be talking about is connecting social emotional learning to academics and identifying the practices that we can implement in classroom, and then reflect upon our own social and emotional competencies as teachers. So when we talk about social emotional learning, what is it? So for me, social and emotional learning is not just another part of the curriculum that you follow. It is something which we practice throughout the day. How we allow children to think for themselves, have a mind of their own, how we talk to them, how we project information to them. So it's the process of developing new skills, new attitude, how aware of or how aware kids are of themselves, how they build their relationships in the society, what responsibility do they take, what kind of decision making skills are we teaching them. So that's where SEL comes in. Now the next part is, how do we ensure social and emotional learning in the classroom? So integrating social and emotional learning in a classroom environment ensures that students get plenty of opportunity to learn and practice the important social and emotional skills so that they are reinforced and not forgotten. So just introducing a skill, as a concept does not really seep into a child's head. The child does not know what to do with it. So when we integrate it in our daily routine, in our daily class, these ideas slowly and steadily goes into them. It becomes a part of them, and eventually it turns into a lifestyle. They don't have to put in an effort, that I have to respect someone. It is just a part of them. That is what social and emotional learning, helps us to do. Now, over time, SEL has become, a lens through which teachers teach and learn new things. And for students, it's a gateway which helps shape them into becoming caring, contributing, and resilient adults. Now, how do we implement social emotional learning in the class? So the strategies that we use to implement this, firstly, it would be we target specific social and emotional skills during the instructional time. The subjects that we pick, according to it, we place strategies and then we implement it. Then integrating social and emotional skills with academic content. So suppose we are doing English, we are holding a language club. How do we integrate social and emotional learning there? Then promoting practices that develop safe and supportive class. So building a conducive environment where the learners can express themselves freely. It's a safe haven for them. It's a safe place for them where they don't hesitate to say what they feel, what they think. Now, how do we implement? What are the strategies? First is the brain break. So it's during the class, it's sort of a time where it's an energy booster for a couple of minutes. They stand, they jump, they play a game. Let's say Simon Says, you incorporate action games for them. So it's not repetitive. It's not one class is after the other. It's not on and on and on. These kids, these kids are really, really tiny. They need a place where they can jump and scream and fidget with things so that they can come back to what they are focusing on. They can focus on the learning, the information that has been given to them. Then the second strategy is the chill moments. So the chill moments are the moments in the class where you have a quiet time. Well, let's say meditation or focusing on your own breath work. So you just sit quietly for some time, you take your own time, you reflect upon what you're feeling, sit down, breathe for a while, get yourself back together, then reflect on what has happened throughout the day. And then you regulate this also helps in self-regulation skills. So whatever it is, they're coming back to the situation which it has generated. Sorry, I'm a little fluttery. Now, the next strategy would be collaborative work. So cooperative learning is an important part when it comes to, facilitating information. So when you're working on an online platform, students don't really, get time to interact with each other. So introducing them to each other, it creates a moment where, you know who you are surrounded with, who your peers are. You develop a bond with them. Then you give them certain activities, certain tasks so that they can create something together. Something online, something maybe they write a story together or they make a play together or whatever they want. It's a teamwork. So it's a process, which helps them understand the responsibility when it comes to working as a team. You take responsibilities for things, you delegate things, you develop empathy, and there's also a lot of critical thinking which is involved in there. Now the next part is how to create a unified whole, a consistency through the process. Now, if you want a high quality instruction, what does it look like? When we say high quality instructions, hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Please carry on. Please carry on.
So, when I say high quality instructions, I mean that teaching practices which are included. Suppose, for example, if I'm doing a language class, how do I include SEL there? So whatever
okay, ma'am,
the
please.
Ma'am, please carry on.
Yeah, the ideas, the plans, the methods are, we keep it open in the class. We discuss it. We listen what the kids have to say, what the learners have to say. So, this helps develop an environment which is supportive and supportive, and in a class you are free to express yourself. We do not really ask kids what they are thinking, what they do want to do, that what they have in their mind. We just tell them what to do. It's not what they want, it's always what we want them to do. So this is where the change happens. And when we listen to them, they understand that also, they as individuals, their voices are heard. So we understand them, we try and understand their perspective. So we teach them listening skills or communication skills. You're respecting others, you listen to what I have to say, I listen to what you have to say. So it's a give and take relationship. So this constant cycle is what completes the entire process of social and emotional learning. Teachers' social and emotional competencies. So, as a teacher, what do our social and emotional competencies mean for us in our practices? What do our social and emotional skills mean for us for our relationship with our students? So as a teacher, we know we have a lot on our plate. It's a stressful job. It's a huge responsibility, but it is also quite gratifying, shaping young minds. Beautiful. But it comes, a lot of emotions goes in, a lot of work goes in, and it's fun. At least for me, it is fun. So considering that most of, statistically, the teachers in school, 76% of the teachers in school are women, talking about India here. So we know living in an Indian society, we have a lot on our plate. There's a constant pressure of the family, societal pressure, and plus we have our work to, we have to juggle it all. Amongst all this, shaping young minds, what we do is very, very delicate. So looking into the educators' social and emotional well-being is very, very essential. It's interconnected to the learners' social and emotional well-being. And once we reflect upon our mental health, it affects the quality of learning, the quality of instruction that we provide. So, it's a two-way street. If you're looking into the students' social and emotional well-being, so does, you have to look into the educators. So it affects, it affects the instructions that you're giving, how the learners are absorbing what you're saying. Because there's a constant energy which you're giving out when you're talking, when you're, explaining things. So if you're always fun and highly energetic, the kids, it's fun for the kids to understand, to interact, to absorb what you're saying. So this is the conducive environment which I personally would want to build, a holistic environment. So why does SEL matters for teachers? So SEL influences the teacher and student relationship. It acts as a role model for learners. If we ourselves, we know how to regulate our emotion, how to deal with what we are going through. Everyone is going through something or the other. So, but it should not impact our way of teaching. Now, it also impacts how we manage and organize our classroom. If we are disorganized in our health, in our mind, everything around is a mess, which is not really what we want to project or what we want to teach our kids, And yeah, how does it make us better teachers? So being mindful helps us, make conscious act. We act consciously. We know what we are thinking. We know how we are feeling. We act in a certain way. Even it gives us a clarity of thoughts. If we are clear in our head, we know how we feel, and that brings out positivity in the class. It brings out good energy in the class. It shows the student, yes, the teacher is motivated, the teacher is energetic, the teacher wants to teach, and I want to learn with such a teacher. I don't want someone very grumpy coming in with a very sad way. I have a bad day, you also have a bad day. No, we don't want that. So if you are in a good state of mind, you work in a persistent way. you are motivated, you want to make a change, and you listen with empathy. So when a child comes with his or her, troubles or concerns, you don't shun them away. You listen to them. They are important. Their voices should be heard. So the child should not feel nobody. Nobody should ever feel that you don't want to listen to them. They're not heard. So you're not creating a good moment for them. So yeah, that is why this was my part. And yeah, I strongly believe in social and emotional learning to be introduced to kids especially, so that they become better adults, aware adults. That was my time. Thank you.
Thank you, Shraddha ma'am. Thank you for your detailed insight to the topic. And this topic is really close to my heart because I also feel that holistic development is really important for kids from the early days. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we can see that how technology has brought all us together, and teaching is the ongoing process. Now, moving forward to our next dynamic speaker, with a round of applause, I would like to invite Ms. Arfreen Khan. Ms. Arfreen Khan has extensive training and teaching experience with IB and CBSE school. She is hardworking and challenge-driven individual who demonstrates professionalism, competitive strength of the character, and perseverance. Being herself a lifelong learner, she aims to develop the same keen interest in the students. Talking about her education, she is Masters in Chemistry with distinction. She Bachelors of Education in Science, Diploma in Computer Application, and she is a state-level badminton player. I would like to invite Ms. Afreen Khan. Ms. Afreen Khan, the stage is yours.
Very good evening to one and all present here. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Please continue.
Okay. It's a really very nice presentation going on, and you people are doing it very well. I'm very thankful to the entire team of IIU for giving us this platform. And now, without wasting any further time, I will start with my presentation. I am presenting on yeah. Okay, so can you see the presentation?
Yes, it's visible. Carry on.
Okay. I'm presenting on power of online formative assessments in bridging the learning gap. Before starting, assessments are very important. But tell me honestly, how many of you were having test anxiety or exam fever before the exams? Means slight, we feel nervous, and we sometimes feel that the teacher should be absent, or somehow the exams get cancelled. You're free to write, you're free to chat, say yes if it is like that, and if you were not of those, and you felt no, I was always prepared for the exam, for any type of surprise exam, you can write no in the chat box. Let me share you one of my personal experience is that after so many years also, I still get that dream that I'm sitting in an examination hall and writing some sort of paper, and I'm not unable to answer. And slowly I realized, and all of a sudden, no, this is just a dream, and all the exam things are over. So this is the exams or the tests have left such type of psychological impact on our minds. This is because assessments are often considered as a stepping stone to success. You have to prove yourself better than others to win the race. They are the deadlines or the targets you have to achieve. And once you go in the examination hall, you will just vomit whatever you have learned, and the learning ends there. Many of the things which we have learned in the examination during our school time, we don't even recall them. We don't even realize what was the importance. Why? Because we are not able to connect those things with our learning or with any lifetime importance. we don't have that interest. And from the past 2 years, due to this pandemic, when the education has moved from off classes to offline online classes or the virtual classes, where still the classes are going on with or without the interest of the students, but providing meaningful assessments becomes really challenging. It is said by David Bird that students can win with difficulty, escape from the poor teaching, but they cannot escape by the effect of poor assessment. So we come across the situations where the schools are simply promoting their students without proper assessments or based on their previous records, without any challenging environment. Even in secondary and higher secondary schools, what impact does this have on students? Every student is different. Every student has a different learning style. So how can they be assessed on the same scale? This is a very famous quote said by Einstein that everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb, it will live its whole life believing that it's capable of nothing. So assessments needs to be really organized. They should be reported properly. Now, what is an effective assessment design? Before assessing anyone, the teacher must ask these questions.
Please carry on, Afreen. Please carry on.
Okay. Before assessing, the teacher must ask these questions to themselves. Why am I assessing? Means what will be the outcome of my assessment? What exactly am I trying to assess? Means what do you want the student should learn? How am I assessing my learners? It means what will be the tools you will be using for assessing your learners? And when should I assess my learners? Means should I assess them in the starting of before the beginning of the session, or in the ongoing process, or at the end of the session? So for an effective assessment design, you are supposed to ask these questions to yourself. Okay. Assessment at learner trial. We must understand that assessment is an ongoing process which involves gathering, analyzing, and reflecting on students' evidences to make informed and consistent judgments to improve students' learning. These are dependent on three interrelated purposes of assessment, which is assessment of learning, assessment for learning, and assessment as learning. And these three purposes give us clear understanding or a picture of the individual student's learning. Next, the feedback of the students are very important. The student should not feel lost. He should feel engaged in the learning experience. And the third is what you know about them. It also includes the social and emotional well-being of a student. Before assessing, you should know how they are feeling. And this has been already explained by. So let me explain you all these type of assessments in detail. The first one is assessment for learning or the formative assessment. It is an ongoing process. It is not in the starting or in the ending. It is an ongoing process. It uses students' progress information to support and improve learning. And it means that the assessment which we are providing or whatever we are doing, it should be accessible and challenging to the students. It is teacher driven and the students should provide feedback. For example, after a class, a teacher takes an assessment and they realize the class didn't go so well. So a reteach needs to be done. So the teacher should understand what we need to do, means what the students need, what the students have learned, and what they need to know more, and how can a teacher give a better alternative for that lesson taught. This is called differentiated instructions, and in this the parents are also supporting. They will, for the entire process, the parents will support the learning of the student. The second is assessment as learning. This is also formative assessment, and it develops and supports students' metacognitive skills. It helps in making students lifelong learners. It involves students' reflection on learning. Either it will be a self-assessment or a peer assessment. So they will be developing efficacy for the learning engagement, and they can relate their prior knowledge to the new and give it new meaning to their learning. And this is student driven with teachers guidance. And the third assessment is assessment of learning. That is a summative assessment. It involves assessment information at the end of teaching and learning process to rank the student against a standard. In short, it gives us a snapshot of what the student has learned. And this gives the record to the student, parents, and the teacher. Now, why is self-assessment? Why is this self-assessment important? Self-assessment gives the child an opportunity to think of his weakness or his weakness, threats, strengths, and opportunities. Self-assessment is important because it helps the student to think metacognitively about their learning. They reflect upon their own learning, and self-realization is the best assessment. It also gives opportunity to the teachers so that they can understand students' perspective and hence help in next proper instruction. Why is peer assessment important? Formative peer assessment is important because it is the most important component of assessment, where the students are helping each other to improve their work. And now, due to this pandemic, when there is a social isolation, peer assessment stands much more important, where students can share their feelings and help the other students to compare with their work and help for their growth also. It allows them to think of new ideas while they are still engaged in the task, boost the confidence of students and encourage healthy discussions, promotes healthy criticism. It's very important that when students are helping each other to decide, it is better for them, they will accept that criticism better than if the teacher will criticize them. And no language barrier. They will explain each other the concept, whatever, in a language in which they will understand. So how can we bridge the gap with technology? There are various types of, we don't have to reinvent the complete wheel. We just have to use technologies with the assessment tools we were using before, like face-to-face conversation. This is the best way of taking assessments, in which the students get complete attention and the teacher is also getting full knowledge about the topic. And similarly, Edpuzzle, online polls, Kahoot, peer assessments, online general, Gboard, Padlet, Peer Deck. These are all different types of online manipulatives which we can use during the assessments. Now, in the last is the reporting. The purpose of the reporting is goal setting. There are three types of conferencing. First is the learner-led conference or the student-led conference. Student-led conference, here we demand that our students are active learners and active participants in their own way. So here students are on the top and they themselves will set their targets and track their own goals and demonstrate their achievements. It is a complete student-led conference, and the teachers and parents will just facilitate or will just guide you. Now, second is teacher-parent conference. Here, teachers and parents discuss about the development of the students. And three-way conference, here, this includes students, teachers, and parents. All the three are included here. It is facilitated by the teacher who will guide the student and the parents. And then later on, the parents and the teachers will continue and encourage the students to give their feedbacks, and similarly the students will give the feedback. So this is a three-way conference. So how do we value this achievement? During the SLC, we will record by online journals, and portfolios, and the students will celebrate their learning journey and to the. Okay, so here, thank you for listening to us. Okay, my presentation ends here. I hope you like the presentation.
Absolutely, ma'am. And we were checking out the chat box continuously. People were praising, and they were asking for the presentation. So you all will get it. All the presentations are not possible to share, but yeah, of course, if you watch the video again and again, you will get that. Assessment phobia, future of assessment, traditional model, and effective assessment design, assessment of learning, formative, summative. Perfectly explained, ma'am. Highly informative. That is really amazing. Stay tuned for the participation certificate and do remember to fill the Google form. We will share you the certificate after convocation. Now, it's my privilege to invite our next eminent speaker, Preeti Putela ma'am. Preeti Putela ma'am is a senior educator and administrator. She has an experience of 27 plus years in the field of education. She started her career in the year 1993. I was thinking that I just born that time as a Montessori teacher and served in primary section of the school. Since 2009, she has been working with the middle and senior secondary department as the teacher and the headmistress. She is 2018 Global Teacher Awards winner. She has been traveling for culture exchange program to Germany and Canada. She has also visited NASA with the school students on educational program. Currently taking up digital exchange programs with Japanese school and also recently with the German school. She is the ambassador, Vaclet Binse 21st Digital Skill. A spirited learner, she has taken up online courses with from the Harvard University as well as from the Yale University. She's also an accomplished Adobe creative educator, level 1 and 2. Recently, she has been awarded title of the Adobe Education Leader. She believes in teaching, learning with the community and growing with her PLN. Wow, ma'am. You are dynamite personality. Ma'am, could you please share the insight upon fostering learning in an online school? Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Madhvi. Well said. And I'm going to share my screen. Okay.
Sure.
So you can see my screen, all of you?
It is starting, ma'am. It's in progress. It is going to start, I think. Yeah, ma'am, please.
So I'm going to talk about the new normal, wherein we all have settled down. We all have been into the new normal, and where we are already fostering learning in an online school through the technology. So first of all, everything stopped during the pandemic. But what was it that never stopped? There was no gap in education. The education went on. And thanks to the technology for not leaving any gaps in between. And our teachers were on their toes. And similarly, our learners were also learning very beautifully during this pandemic. Now, technology ushers in fundamental structural changes that can be integral to achieving significant improvements in productivity in student learning. Technology is used to support both teaching and learning. Technology infuses classrooms with digital learning tools such as computers and handheld devices. Just a minute. I think it's okay, better now, sorry. So such as computers and handheld devices, what we are talking about expands course offerings, experiences, and learning materials expands courses which are supporting learning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, builds 21st century skills, increases student engagement and motivation, and accelerates learning. Technology also has the power to transform teaching by ushering in a new model of connected teaching. This model links teachers to their students and to professional content resources and systems to help them improve their own personal development. Online learning opportunities and the use of open educational resources and other technologies can increase educational productivity by accelerating the rate of learning and better utilizing the teacher time. To foster online education successfully, active learning strategies must be followed. So it is not that a teacher is just delivering her lecture and the teaching has happened. There has to be some strategies which are commonly known as now the active learning strategies, wherein we want our students to be actively involved. So the active learning strategies you select should serve the course learning for your objectives. The teacher should be very clear about the objectives, about the learning outcomes that she or he expects out of the students. Remember, the goal of active learning is not simply for your students to do things, but also for you to think about what they are doing. So as you learn more about the strategies, consider how effective each would be in promoting the learning you desire from your students. So here are some questions which I think we must, as educators, think while selecting an active learning strategy. What skill would my student be able to perform by the end of the online session? Which active learning strategy will allow my students to practice this skill? When will my students encounter and engage with information and ideas? When will they reflect on what they have learned? So what will they encounter? The new information and ideas that will they come across. And for them, you have to, teach them to watch videos, and you question them to do a follow-up. Are they understanding what you have given them to learn? So engage with information and ideas. So the discussions can happen. If you want small discussions to happen, it can happen in the breakout rooms. So such is possible. And documentation of the conversations on your online Word document, in OneNotes, in Google Docs. So much technology is available for all of us to help us. So now, when all the learning has happened, the students have encountered what they are going to learn, most important is to reflect on their learning. For example, you have to, like in your classroom, we always expect our teachers to recapitulate her lessons. So similarly, in the online portal as well, spend last 5 minutes of the online class session in engaging, in reflecting, writing, sharing the thoughts through open-ended poll. Now polls are very much there, present in all the features of wherever you are conducting your class. Everything is possible there. So you meet the student learning objectives of your course. That is very, very important. As said by Bonwell and Eason, that instructional activities involving students in doing and thinking that they're doing right, and you thinking about what they are doing, is very important. So now we've spoken about that, yes, we are in online teaching and there is no gap in learning. For that, the teachers have been following the active strategies. But how will these active strategies be successful? To make these active strategies successful, there has to be student engagement with the technology. Unless and until the students are engaged, they are very engaged properly, they will not be able to, give the outputs, the outcome you have decided. So all the teacher that a teacher plans and she wants to execute for the student engagement is primarily the first act in fostering the online education. Students face constant distractions, and the sad truth is that their attention spans are getting shorter. An important level of engagement is a priority in an online education. The more students are engaged, the more they learn and more they achieve. It also makes it significantly easier to maintain your energy throughout the day. Today's students grew up in the digital age, whereas we did not know even A of it, what they are doing right now. So we should be taking advantage of technology rather than viewing it as a distraction to increase student engagement. To make sure that students are getting the most out of every lesson, the content should be presented in a way that the work has a clear meaning and immediate value to the students. Technology in the classroom allows students to gain a deeper understanding of topics that interest them, collaborate with each other, and direct their learning. So when we say, all right, children, you have to submit your assignments. So instead of taking an assignment in their notebook, they're scanning, giving their PDFs, we can ask them to write blogs, the 21st century skills. When they are writing the blogs, so they are not just writing for their teacher, they are writing for the community, for the peer, for so many people to view what they have written. So they will become very conscious of what they are submitting as assignment. Submit assignments as podcasts or videos. Nowadays we have in Microsoft gives us the Flipgrid, and so many podcasts are coming. The children who are confident enough, they can come on videos, and the others who are shy in front of the camera can record their assignments in podcasts, and it is easy for the teacher also to evaluate at her own pace. Work with the classroom on the other side of the world. Other side of the world, now the world is the classroom. Whether you're this side or that side, that hardly matters. But when you are teaching them from this side of the world, they understand. They understand the geography, the everything, the history, whatever you want to teach them. Gamify skills like problem solving. So problem solving, instead of shunning their work and not thinking about it, they are putting it up. Again, I take example of Minecraft. We are a showcase school. So all these activities are imbibed in us. So our children make Minecraft worlds and they solve the problems through gamifications. So this is one more interesting feature. Create infographics. I remember when in class 10 social studies class we used to teach. So therein we expected our children to make cartoons. When I was a small girl, when we used to read the newspaper, we used to really go for Sudhir Dar, the cartoonist. So that was not making fun of anything. That was a cartoon that was coming with a message. So right now also, infographics, it's just not the cartoons that I'm talking about. I'm talking about whatever information coming to the students, if it is coming in the form of graphs, if it is coming in a pictorial form, where the children can understand well, is really enhance the students' ability to learn and teachers' ability to teach. Record and playback reading. If the child is attempting something in class and you record it and play back it to the child, what a wonderful feature. What a wonderful feature for the child to understand and, oh yes, this is what I said. This is where I have to improve. So this is something very interesting. Interactive attendance, gone are the days. Raise your hands when I call out your name. We have interactive whiteboards wherein the children, whenever they enter their online classroom, they write their names. Yes, I am present in the class. We have other features, like, for example, I talk about Microsoft Teams. We have the attendance feature when it is downloaded. But very rightly, like Shraddha ma'am just said, that we have to concentrate on SEL. So this adds to their mood that yes, our teacher is waiting for us and we have to show that we are present in the classroom. So this is one of the very important feature. So, well, we've talked so much, but at the end of the day, who is writing the answer? The concept has been taught. Your strategies have been followed. So much is happening in the classroom. Students are submitting, but what are they submitting? For that, it is very important to imbibe the independent learning. At the end of the day, they are going to face this world. They have to answer the questions. They have to appear for tests. So they have to improve their vocabulary. They have to be exposed to the reading material, to the content and everything. So it is very important to foster independent learning. It is very important for us to tell the child that you need some peaceful, quiet time to really understand the concept. So when we say like there are too many K to 12 classrooms and students are still being spoon fed, what does the teacher do? She gives the material and it is depending upon the child to take it or not to take it. Teacher is giving her 100%. So we tell the students, the teacher is giving, why don't you grab it? Why don't you take it? So this outdated approach where the instruction is coming and the children are not independent learners, they're just mugging up and throwing out, such like things are happening. So it is very important that children have some independent learning, some concept understanding is happening therein. And if students don't feel free to explore and take risks, then it is not a healthy environment for learning. So the spoon feeding has to stop, teachers. We have to make our students independent, that they do their research, they study, they see the pros and the cons, and are ready to face the world, real life problems. So simply imparting information not only fails to engage students, but it also leaves them unprepared to navigate a world in which the problems do not have, nice, neat solutions. Rather than give students information, educators should be giving them the tools and skills they need to learn. Think critically, and solve problems on their own. So when we are talking about students must learn how to find and assess the quality of information, they should know where to go, where to find the information. When we are talking about students should develop the new lines of inquiry. So inquiry-based learning is very important. It is very important that the child is curious to know, has 40 to 50 questions for the teacher to ask. Oh, the teacher says, wow, what am I to do? So the teacher goes well prepared to class. So if she is not ready with that questions that have been bombarded on her, she has to be very much prepared. So inquiry-based teaching learning is important, that our children have curiosity, are ready to take up new challenges and asking questions to their teachers. They must know how to collaborate and learn from each other, and the teachers should also leave them with the teachers should challenge students with authentic problems and open-ended questions. For example, nowadays we are sensitizing our students at such a young age. We are teaching them, like for example, the sustainable development goals. What are we telling them? It is the content of the books that is there for them. They are, as I'm saying, mugging and throwing up and whatever they are taking, they're producing. When we are showing them the real life world problems which they will face, and we are cultivating the futuristic skills in them, so then that is the time we are talking about. We are telling them, for example, no poverty, climate change, so that they are able to know what is happening around, and they are able to produce solutions for them. So it should be left open-ended questions to children, not binding them into some categories. Social and emotional learning, I will not touch much upon it. It has already been taken very beautifully by Ms. Shraddha, but I will touch upon the 5 important core components of SEL, that the student should be self-aware of the strengths, of the weaknesses. What are his or her strengths, that he can or she can make use of it? What are the weaknesses that he or she has to work upon, because the child has to manage the self, has to take responsible decisions. It is not the parent or the peer or the teacher taking decisions for the child. It is for the child to take decision for himself or herself. We have to make our children socially aware. So all these 5 are critical for students, whether they are in online or they are in offline school. So thank you. I come to my last slide. And here I would like to talk a bit that working in a virtual classroom requires patience. Begin with simple, low-stake activities for you and your students to get comfortable with the new format, which is no longer new. It has already been adjusted. But some children take time and opportunity for your students to ask questions. So eventually, instructors, educators, and students will gain proficiency on these online tools. Seek to minimize barriers that students may face to participate in the activities you plan for your online class session. Factors to consider include access to reliable technology and conducive spaces, students' physical and mental abilities, and do a test run of each activity you plan before you use it in your online classroom. So if you have planned some activity before it goes to the students, let us first use it ourselves. So given the number of user-specific settings, for example, in Zoom, in Google Meet, team meeting, like for example, this is my first time I am delivering a lecture on a Zoom meeting and I am sharing my screen. I have always done on the Teams or the Google Meet. Like I had a little hitch when I started my first slide, but I was wondering, I'm not doing the correct thing. Why my other things are visible to the audience? It should be just my slide that I want to show it to them. So if I would have done it before, I would not have faced that one little hitch that I faced. So I'm telling this same to you, that some features that cannot be enabled once you're in online sessions. So go prepared, teachers. So the students, like we ask this child to come prepared in the class. So teachers, you too go much prepared for fostering online education with the help of technology. Thank you and have a nice day. Namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am, for your fabulous speech presentation. And you rightly said that technology is a powerful tool, and it's up to us that how we are taking it as. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now, how to stop it? Stop sharing. Please teach me. How am I going to stop sharing?
Again, you have to go to the share. There is a written stop sharing. Do that.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, technology encourages learners to build castles in the air. After all, imagination is at the heart of innovation. May I take the honor to invite, last but not the least, wonderful speaker, Mr. Robert Thorpe.
Hello. Are you ready?
Ms. Preeti, you are requested to kindly stop sharing, please.
Okay, ma'am.
Robert, you can continue. Just give me a sec. Actually, Preeti is stopped sharing.
Okay. I'm not able to know how to stop my sharing.
Ma'am, you have to click the share button only.
Click on the share button. Click on the share button, please.
Has it stopped?
Yes. No.
I have done, Preeti. I have done that. You don't.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much. Thank you so much.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Moving forward to our next eminent speaker, a round of applause for Mr. Robert Thorpe. Robert Thorpe is an international educator, former principal with more than 30 years experience in various educational system and cultural settings. He is the founding director of Developing Real Learners, a non-profit organization intent on helping schools developing learning communities. Robert's message is one of the communities transforming themselves and their approach to education through accessible and straightforward process. Mr. Robert, the stage is yours. A round of applause for Mr. Robert.
Thank you very much. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes. Not screen properly, the desktop with the screen. Kindly maximize the size.
Okay.
And so the voice is a bit low.
And my voice is a bit low. Ah.
Yeah. It could be a little bit louder. So
It's okay, it's okay. Please carry on.
What are you seeing there? Are you seeing one slide or are you seeing my notes as well?
No.
So we are able to see kindly. I think we are just able to see the slide in a halfway.
So you can see creating a school worthy of young people, yes? And
Yes,
that's
we
it.
are not able to see the complete slide properly.
We can see multiple tabs open actually. You just click on the Google one.
Now it's okay. It's okay, it's okay.
I see. So you can see that, yes? You can see
we are able to, but same with the desktop has also been shared in that.
All right. So
you can see your notes as well.
It's fine, Robert. Now it's fine. You please carry on. It's fine
yes,
now.
I know. I'd like to see my notes. All right, I will do this, and I will see what we can do. All right. Okay, so you can see the slide.
Yes, we
You
can,
see
but
my
your
notes.
notes are also there. If you want to show your notes, it's welcome to you.
All right, give me just 1 second, and I will get my notes under control. Well, first of all, I'd like to say really thank you very much for this platform. Thank you very much for having Learners Tribe International School members here. I think the team's done very well. I'm sorry for everybody having such difficulty with the technology. But there we go. We live and learn, I suppose. And I think it's a testimony to our teachers that they came through so well. So I'm very impressed. I'm quite a new member of the team. Okay, I'm just going to see, that shouldn't be doing that. Right, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And then I'm going to look at it. I'm going to find it and see if we can do something different. Okay, hold on. That should not be.
Excuse me, Robert, can I?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. No, there's something wrong with this. It's not right. Okay, I'm going to present. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now I really can't see my notes. Okay, never mind. Let's do it without the notes. Okay, so thank you very much for. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
yes,
great.
we can.
Yes, we can.
So, creating a school worthy of our young people. And I hope you've got a taste of that from what you've heard from the other speakers, the Learners Tribe International School teachers and other associates. Really, we need to arrest, and I know some people are trying to do this, to arrest the schooling that we have now, because it's not only not really fit for purpose, it's actually damaging our children. And so we really need to get on and make a school that's worthy of our young people. Now, as has been said, I've been an international educator for 30 years and a little bit more than 30 years now. And I've traveled to many different countries. And one of, perhaps in the last half of my career, I've really been pursuing what the point of school is and to try and understand what school really should be doing for young people. And so I've asked them this question, you know, what is it that young people really need from education? And I've asked people, young people I've asked mainly teenagers, but I have asked very young children as well. And some of my primary colleagues also have asked. And it's amazing that the primary children actually do understand how to answer the question. They do understand the intricacies of it and are actually sometimes more clear about it than the older students. So this is what, from every culture, we managed to boil down something like this. And I'm talking about cultures in Japan, I'm talking about international cultures in international schools, Slovakia, Qatar, for example, Lebanon, Mozambique, Germany, many different cultures where children were coming out with the same thing, basically. They came out with many different things. Why, what should we really get from school? But the two key things were being happy and successful. And it's funny because many of the children actually said being happy and successful in the future. And they'd sort of got this thing that school was for the future, not for now. And I said to them, well, what do you think about that? And they added the now in. So they want to maximize opportunities because they understand that we can't guarantee happiness, we can't guarantee success. So they want to maximize the opportunities for us to be happy and successful now and in the future. So one of my grumpy colleagues said, oh, what do they mean by happiness? These young people, they don't really know what happiness is, but they did because they could identify 3 levels of happiness, at least. And these were the sort of quick and easy types of happiness that they enjoyed through the day, that came and went. But there were also, they recognized the types of happiness when they're really engaged in something. And I think you've seen that some of our, all of our teachers understand that. And those are the sorts of activities that they will be using in their teaching online to engage young people in their learning. And so how do you engage people? You have to give them a certain challenge, but a challenge that isn't so big that they can't do it, so that they think they can try it. So that's why computer games, for example, are so engrossing. So that's a different level of challenge. And they get into this idea of flow, where time just disappears and they're just engaged in their work. And then there's that, but also being part of a group, having a higher purpose, being part of something bigger than you are. And I thought, oh, well, they're probably not going to have understood something like that. But they did. They started to report, yeah, we really like it, like when we're in a football team and we're part of it and we've done something that's helped the team to win, and we're recognized that we're important in our team, or we're important in our group, or in our class, or in our school, or in our community. And actually quite young primary children had actually experienced some of these examples. So they understood what happiness was. They weren't just saying we want to play and just do silly things. They understood. So happiness was, so also of course we had to ask, what do you mean by success? And I was really bowled over. There were lots of in different places, there were lots of different answers about success, but this one was the best. And it was from a young Swedish boy who said, well, now we've just told you that we want to be happy and what it is, then success must be being able to be happy most of the time. So for him, it wasn't being famous or rich or all that sort of thing, but one of his Japanese friends said, oh yes, but we want enough money to buy the things that we really want. So I think that was a very practical and lovely answer. So children want happiness and success. They want lots of other things, but these are the 2 of the really big ones. So how do they get that? How do schools make sure that happens? So we went out and we asked, and we said to we said to the children, but we also, I'd like to focus on when we asked the adults. We asked the adults, mainly the teachers, sometimes the parents, what are the attributes? So that's the skills, the dispositions, the habits needed for young people to be happy and successful in life these days. And so, you know, I'm sitting in a room with Japanese teachers who are having it translated to them. And then another place I'm sitting with some teachers in Mozambique. Well, actually, they were from different countries in Africa. And in Germany and Lebanon and Georgia and all these different places in Switzerland. And they all came out and said the same thing. And perhaps, you know, maybe I shouldn't have been surprised that they said all the same things, because there was one commonality between them all, of course, and that was that they were human. And what they said were things that they understood at the human level. And there's a reason, and an important reason, why I'm pointing that out. Here are the groupings that we made. So many of them said different things, but when we put them into groups, here are the things that we got. And you will recognize some of these perhaps from what the others have said, or you can, if you think about what the others have said in the things that we need to develop in young people, you can find them in here. They cover those things. Now, obviously we need young people to be collaborative. In order to be successful and happy, you need to be collaborative. You need to be collaborative with people that you're working with, but you also need to be collaborative with the people in your family too, with your husband, with your wife, with your children. Open-minded, and open-minded's sort of guarding gate, if you like, being principled. So I'm open-minded, but my principles sort of are the border of my open-mindedness, and understanding what they are. I think one of the speakers before mentioned it, that we have to make these things explicit, because when you make something explicit, when you can describe something, when you can imagine something, when you can get your hands on it or your mind on it, then you can begin to develop it. And so I'm not saying to get young people to be collaborative by putting them into a group and giving them something to do. I'm saying putting them into a group and saying, how will we do this best? And so actually talking through, spending time talking through with children what it means to give your best to a group, to get the best out of the group that you're in. So, so there's obviously, knowledgeable is one thing we mustn't forget. We're not saying that we throw out learning knowledge, of course, having a good knowledge base, but it's got to be a knowledge base where you understand the things as well as you can, not just learning in a rote sort of way. There are some weird ones there. Heart-minded sort of encapsulates what people said about being caring, having empathy, but also sort of being caring enough to get to the heart of the matter. And so that's why we gave it the name heart-minded, or heart-mindedness. Another one that's a bit odd perhaps for some people might be anti-fragile. Well, there's a lot of talk about resilience, but the children talked about that and they said, we don't want to be resilient, we want to be anti-fragile, because they'd heard it from some other teacher in one of the schools. And they said, because resilient just means you stay the same. You're tough enough to stay the same. But we want to be anti-fragile, and we want to grow from our experiences, even if they are bad and terrible experiences. And you can see that from the pandemic now. People are asking, what are the good things that we can take out? Entrepreneurial is there as well, and it's not the entrepreneurial where you're just looking to make quick money. It's the entrepreneurial where you can recognize the opportunities, and you can create opportunities. You can recognize a problem, and you can solve that problem. You can be resourceful and innovative and creative enough to support. So creativity and innovation are in there. Okay, so those are some. And obviously in the corner there, we've got about the other attributes important to our community, because different communities really fixed on some things that were quite personal to them in a way, like being respectful, and then we discuss respect. And what does it mean? Just because I've got grey hair, should you respect me? Maybe not. So it's interesting, it brings it up. So these are not set in stone. They're there to explore and to adapt and to find these things in your own culture. And that's why these are at the human level. Everybody from Germany to Japan to India know about collaboration, but they surely all do it differently. So let's move on. So other people are obviously talking about this. Harvard Project Zero, Guy Claxton's Building Learning Power. There's a movement in Australia and India. Now, India has produced its national education policy last year, the beginnings of it at least. And I thought it was very interesting. And then I saw this one sentence: learning should be holistic, integrated, enjoyable, and engaging. And I thought, that is it. That is the key, not only to India's success in the education-wise, but globally. So if we can make that happen, then we'll be fine. It'll be very good. So what do we mean? Let's just go through those words. What do we mean by holistic? So as I said before, skills, dispositions, knowledge base. I'm not including things like spirituality and all that sort of thing, because they fit in there, okay? Maybe they're that brown thing around the edge. What we're talking about is learning and developing as learners. So UNESCO has recognized holistic learning, an approach that seeks to fully activate all aspects of the learner's personality, intellect, emotions, imagination, body, for more effective and comprehensive learning. Now, we're going to go one step further. And that step, you've probably heard of teacher-centered education. You've probably heard of student-centered education. When I went to school in Britain 100 years ago, I just got in when skills were being introduced. And so, and student-based education was sort of beginning to happen. But it was learning to learn for school. And then there was the learning to learn movement in the 90s, and that's still going, and that's excellent. And if you did that, that would be wonderful, but it turns into learning for school, learning to learn for school. So learner-based education is okay. We're going to go one step further, and that is learner development-centered education. Learner development-centered education not only helps you to become good at learning, but it helps you to become good at developing yourself as a learner as you go through life. Let's look at integration now. Okay, now when I say integration to teachers in the schools that I've been in, they go, oh no, they get out their lesson plans and they put them on the floor, and then they see where the different subjects can link up, where there can be cross-curricular themes going on, transdisciplinary activities, and it's all great, except that some subjects end up being slaves for others, like, oh, the art teacher can do that, and oh, the maths teacher can do the statistics for our project, you know. And so it works and it's good and you can get there, but there's something you can do before that that's even better, and that is focusing first on integrating the development of learner attributes across subject areas. Very natural, confidence building exercise for most educators and learners. So if you integrate the subject matter across disciplines, there's a lot of pitfalls, all right? But if you integrate learner development as a priority, you become confident, your team gets together, and it's much easier to do the transdisciplinary planning that you need to do later on. So it sounds difficult. And if you think about it, you've got all of these things that people have said today, and it can seem very confusing, because if you go on the internet, for each one of those things, there's a whole load more things to look into. But it's actually very simple. It's about changing our habits. Now, the last part, enjoyable and engaging. So Csikszentmihalyi was a Hungarian-born social scientist who studied happiness. 25 years of research into happiness. And he came out with the idea of flow. And he says, research shows that high quality happiness is found through engaging in tasks that have just the right amount of challenge to let you struggle to succeed. And that's what our teachers will be doing. And that's what we want all teachers to be doing. And then Sugata Mitra, I'm sure if you know Sugata Mitra, Manchester University, came along to Indian villages and he put in a computer screen and came back months later, and children in the village had taught themselves how, not only how to use the computer, but also how to learn together by using the computer. And he says, if children have an interest, then education happens. So how many faces do you see in class? How many times have you been in class and had a glazed look over your face? Why is that? Okay, so just the last part that I want to talk about is it's not just what we're doing, but it's the place in which we're doing it, whether it's online or whether it's a real school. It's the community, and we need to develop these attributes of, so the most important thing is trust. So how do we develop trust? And that's a sort of a relationship trust. Trust between children, trust between parents, trust between teachers, trust between the leadership of a school, and between each of those stakeholders, if you like. How do we develop that? How much trust have you got in the schools that you've seen? What are the trust levels like? You can certainly tell when you walk into a school, you can understand it almost immediately if the trust level is low in a school. And research shows that if the trust level is low amongst the staff, then the learning will be low, the learning efficiency will be low amongst the kids. So it's very important to get trust in your school. And then effective communication, effective collaboration. With those three things, you can create a shared vision. And a vision that you actually use in the school. You really share it. Everybody knows that vision. Everybody's bought into it, from the guard at the gate to the board members of the school. They understand what it is, and they understand their role in making that happen, in realizing that. When they do that, then we can develop amongst teachers and leaders professional capital, which is not only being talented on your own, but being talented in working with a group, your team. And not only being good at working with a team, but being good enough that you can all make wise decisions. So it's developing developing teachers, for example, to be able to be really good decision-making teachers. You trust your teachers. So the idea for a principal, for example, is to actually become redundant from having to go around and monitoring all their teachers, because they know and they trust that their teachers are doing a great job, and they know that they're professional enough to do that. You might say, oh, we don't have teachers like that at the moment, but then that's your job as a principal to make that happen and to bring them along and to nurture them. They are your class. And they do the same with the learners. So the learners, actually, you can leverage the power of young people to make your community better, to make learning better and happen in life. So the learning becomes a partnership between teacher and learners. And then the resourcefulness comes in because we know each other, we're a community, we know who to go to, and people are willing to offer, because in such a community, the competition between each other has gone. The competition with ourselves is there, the collaboration with each other to make sure we all pass, to make sure we all do well in a certain class. That's what I say to my young people when they start the year. So I teach I still teach. I used to up until last year. I still teach a high school physics lesson, and I say to my teenagers, you're all going to pass. And you know what? They do. And they help each other to do that. They're not competing with each other. Some are doing really well, some are not doing so well because they're focusing on something else. But they all pass. And we've had some really difficult examples of children trying to pass. Anyway, so that is my presentation. I hope that you're all still there because I couldn't see anybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Robert. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
We all are here. We all are here.
Somebody asked, quite a lot of people asking for slides and things like that. And obviously you can see that the videos, it's quite a long time to go through. But please do contact us if you're interested in any of the ideas that we're talking about.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
The slides, yeah? Okay.
So
Robert, kindly select the
yes,
kindly select the link in the chat box, Robert, please. Okay, we are waiting for your link. Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Maximize the opportunity, happiness level, engagement, and enjoyment was the real success. Attribute grouping found across the school community, enjoyable and engaged. Incredibly explained, sir. We are eternally grateful for everything you have described. Stay tuned for the participation, as ma'am said, certificate, and do remember to fill your Google form. We will share you the certificate after convocation. Great dignitaries, great. You all are the personality of distinct vision and the fountainhead and illuminating ideas, an idol of knowledge and experience and inspiration to all of us. Accept my endless gratitude. Now it's time to felicitate our honorable excellencies. So it's my privilege to invite now, for the purpose of word of thanks and felicitation, Honorable Shirley Butani, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so very much, everyone. Thank you, gratitude, regards. Yes, today all these words are small for Bangladesh Learners Tribes International School full team with Ms. Ashnaha Fareen. Today my heart with all positive vibes, giving thank you to them for their wonderful insights given to us. I would like to thank the man who has fought hard to bring International Internship University to the greater heights. To the man who has always inspired us to the better than what we are. To the man who has been the leader for us to look and up and get inspired. None other than Dr. Piyush Pandit for his moral support and guidance. Kindly big applause for him. Thank you so very much. I'm glad and give thanks to our full IIU team who made today's webinar a great success. Thanks a lot to all participants contribute to the success of the event today. I thank all the coordinators of all the events for the success of today's webinar, who we are really grateful to them. This event would not have been successful without our trustee, Shri Roshni Lalji, Vice President, Dr. Satnam, co-founder, Ms. Mona, country head, Dr. Prachi, all other country heads, global members, Ms. Nada, Corina, our senior advisor, Ms. Pratibha, SDG head, and all others members of IIU. List is too long, friends. My volunteers, my members, my IT team, thank you so very much for your efforts. The whole audience, thank you very much for devoting valuable attention and suggesting the opinion. Thanks to lovable, dynamic, my both moderators, Dr. Madhvi and Shweta. Thank you so much for making this wonderful, great day. Thank you for completing this event, for your inputs and blessing with your presence. I will now officially just giving one quote. खोल दे पंख मेरे कहता है परिंदा, खोल दे पंख मेरे कहता है परिंदा, अभी और उड़ान बाकी है. खोल दे पंख मेरे कहता है परिंदा, अभी और उड़ान बाकी है, जमीन नहीं है मंजिल मेरी, जमीन नहीं है मंजिल मेरी, अभी पूरा आसमान बाकी. So thank you so very much, IIU, full team, audience, viewers. Words are always but. So International Internship University is here to complete the sky, as sky is just a limit for IIU. So once again, thank you so very much for joining us today. Our President, Dr. Shelly Bhutani, is so honored and humble to all of you. Stay tuned with us for our next coming event on 1st of August. Thank you so very much. Over to Madhvi.
Feeling extremely gratified. I truly appreciate the remarkable opportunity and appreciation to respected Piyush Pandit sir, Dr. Shelly Bhutani ma'am, and I would like to express my profound gratitude to our dignitaries, which I literally learned a lot today. Being a teacher, I really learned a lot today. And my IIU team and attendees. Yes, always be thankful because gratitude helps people feel more positive emotions, relish good experiences, improve their health, deal with adversity, and build strong relationships. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today for this super enriching and informative session. A great evening ahead. Keep smiling, keep shining, and do remember, if you want to teach people a new way of thinking, don't bother trying to teach them. Instead, give them a tool, the use of which will lead to new ways of thinking. I repeat, remember, if you want to teach people a new way of thinking, don't bother trying to teach them. Instead, give them a tool, the use of which will lead to new ways of thinking. Educate, engage, and entertain.
Thank you so very much, Madhvi. Let's come on the certificate of appreciation.
Sure.
Dr. Madhvi, I would request to kindly repeat the name of all the speakers.
Yeah, so first certificate, appreciation certificate goes to Asnaha Farheen ma'am.
Kindly big a round of applause for her. Thank you so very much. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Shelly and Team IIU. Thank you so much.
Welcome, our pleasure.
Now the next appreciation certificate goes to Afreen Khan ma'am. Kindly give a huge round of applause to her.
Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Now it's time for Mishkat Khan ma'am. Shraddha Palai ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
We really
It was a
appreciate your presence.
really engaging and a very fun-filled and informative session. Thank you so much. It was an amazing time with you all.
Next, Robert Thorne, sir. You people are really enthusiastic. We have really got a lot of enthusiasm after watching you, the way you explained. So let's appreciate Robert Thorne, sir.
Thank you very much.
Last but not least, our wonderful moderators, Dr. Madhvi.
We have Liz Priti Patela, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks, Melia.
Our pleasure. Ms. Shweta.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving this opportunity. And it was a great learning from the speakers. I really appreciate them all. Thank you so very much.
But again, I'm coming on the point. Preeti Putlera, please kindly big a round of applause for Miss Preeti Chu.
Thank you, Shelly ma'am, for giving the opportunity. Wonderful platform. Thank you. Wonderful learning from the community. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure. Thank you so very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Over to Madhvi.
All right, so that was supposed to end at 7, but it's 7:42. But still, we are very happy, energetic, all because of you dignitaries. So today we have literally learned how to educate, how to engage, and how to entertain. So let's do it all together. We are the future of the next generation. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. It's a pleasure. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
गुजर जाएगा.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
गुजर जाएगा.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
बहुत है, मगर वक्त ही तो है. गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा. जिंदा रहने का ये जो जज्बा है, फिर उभर आएगा. गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा. माना मौत चेहरा बदल कर आई है. माना मौत चेहरा बदल कर आई है. माना रात काली है, भयावह है, गहराई है. लोग दरवाजों पे रस्तों पे रुके बैठे हैं. लोग दरवाजों पे रस्तों पे रुके बैठे हैं. कई घबराए हैं, सहमे हैं, छिपे बैठे हैं. मगर यकीन रख, मगर यकीन रख, ये बस लम्हा है, 2 पल में बिखर जाएगा. जिंदा रहने का ये जो जज्बा है, फिर असर लाएगा. मुश्किल बहुत है, मगर वक्त ही तो है. गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा.
बिन कहे कभी न कभी हकीकत लेती है इम्तिहान, पर खरे उतरने की नसीहत देती भी तो है. बिन कहे कभी न कभी हकीकत लेती है इम्तिहान, पर खरे उतरने की नसीहत देती भी तो है. उधड़ा जो पड़ा साहस ये सिल जाएगा. देखते ही देखते राह से तो खिल पाएगा. गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा. बंदे आए समा गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा. बेबसी का मकान गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा. बंदे आए समा गुजर जाएगा.
बाजार खाली, सड़कें सूनी, मोहल्ले वीरान हैं. बाजार खाली, सड़कें सूनी, मोहल्ले वीरान हैं. खौफ बरपा है, हर तरफ लोग हैरान हैं. ये वो कहर है जो दुनिया को डराने आया. ये वो कहर है जो दुनिया को डराने आया. मगर नासमझ है जो इंसान को हराने आया. इतिहास गवाह है, ये मसला भी सुलझ जाएगा. इतिहास गवाह है, ये मसला भी सुलझ जाएगा. जिंदा रहने का ये जो जज्बा है, गुम हुआ है, टूटा नहीं. जिंदा रहने का ये जो जज्बा है, गुम हुआ है, टूटा नहीं. यही जज्बा फिर असर लाएगा, फिर उभर आएगा. मुश्किल बहुत है, मगर वक्त ही तो है. गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा, गुजर जाएगा.
मीलों दूर तक ना कोई रास्ता अगर दिखे, ऐसे में यकीनन कंधे हैं दोनों झुके. हैसियत की सरेआम बोली लगेगी. हर हद खर्च करके ही कमाएगा तो फतेह. है बदलता जब समय तो राय भी है बदलती. उधड़ा जो पड़ा. गुजर जाएगा गुजर जाएगा बंदे आए समा गुजर जाएगा गुजर जाएगा गुजर जाएगा बेबसी का मुकाम गुजर जाएगा गुजर जाएगा गुजर जाएगा बंदे आए समा गुजर जाएगा गुजर जाएगा गुजर जाएगा बंदे आए समा गुजर जाएगा गुजर जाएगा गुजर जाएगा बंदे बिट करके ना बैठ तू मुश्किल वाल साईं तेरे नाल मिल जावेगा हल हौसला बंदे हौसला हारी दा बंदे
Incredible, ma'am.
Thank
It
you,
was
everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Stay tuned for the next event of IIU. Thank you, everyone. Stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy. Stay tuned with IIU next event. Thank you so very much. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you. Bye-bye.